13 Signs Astrology, just coming back up with a little more knowledge. Just one of my little marathons today. I have these times sometime. But on this episode, I'm gonna kind of drop a little bit of knowledge on like what I'm talking about, like making contracts with entities, like how that actually goes down. So like a lot of people, like when they're in college and stuff, I'll just start like this. Like a lot of people when they're in college and stuff like that, and you know, just in their teenage years and their younger years in life, they do drugs and stuff like that, and they make these contracts, right? And they're ignorant to it. Some people even indulge in prostitution. They buy hoes. Some people sell their body, other people. But, you know, they indulge in prostitution and things like that. And I just keep it real. It's like there's a contract associated with the underworld. And a lot of why our success isn't, you know, we're not prospering and stuff like that is because we are locked into these contracts with the underworld. And I talked about HP a little bit, and I want to kind of go into it more here because, as you guys know, I'm kind of forming my religion. And I do believe that drugs is a part of our experience here, and that is a part of my religion. Drugs, yeah, all different types of drugs, and it's various reasons why I say that. Some people sell drugs, some people use drugs, and there's contracts associated with all of it. If you've ever even touched it, your parents even touched it, you locked into sometime long-term sick contracts. Like I was looking at this one contract online just now, and it was like talking about Social Security and how like I found the original contract for the guys that was selling dope, and they had invested in the Social Security. Yeah, that's right. Social Security came from dope, and they was, I'm talking about back in the day when it first started, back in the 1930s, whenever it was, when the Social Security first got kicked in. That shit came from dope. And I was looking at the contract on it, and essentially people that's collecting it is just swimming in a cesspool of dope, and it's people that keep track of that through this being called HP. And what they do is they use occult forces. When you owe, they'll start to attack you through the occult. They'll send incubuses at you, succubuses and whatnot. They'll send high-level demons at you because it's an act of warfare, because you owe a money or a contract to HP. People, there's anybody that's in this, and it's like you may decide to quit. You're like, I'm not in it anymore. But until you got to visa HP out on a certain level based upon your use of whatever, you know, recreational drug or whatever that you were using, or even if it was in prostitution as a part of this too, because HP covers mostly drugs and prostitution. And Crowley talks a lot about this, but he doesn't really address it as HP, I don't believe. He has his own way of, you know, Crowley has his own idea of this whole stuff or whatever, and just like I have my own idea, but it's essentially the same thing. So what I do is, of course, I offer rituals to people. And, you know, you feel like your life is okay, you don't need it, that's fine. But I offer rituals to people to help get this type of stuff off of them. You know, like as far as like, yeah, you may have had a contract with drugs or something. What can you do to get out of it? I mean, if you don't believe that's what's causing it, that's fine. But as an occultist, I believe that a lot of what we experience in unsuccess financially is because the ethers that are governing the finances are controlled by the same entities that govern drugs and stuff like that, and HP and stuff. So it's like, yeah, you want money. You don't see anything wrong with that. But then you got to go through these certain rituals to get it. So this is what's making a lot of people quit money. And it's making motherfuckers lazy too, really. Because they quit money, it's making them lazy on their life purpose. Yeah, you want to go work and do what you got to do just to stay afloat, just to get by. I'm pushing against that. So just want to drop a little bit of that knowledge and let people know I do rituals, you know, to help you break this contract if you're interested. It's all a fundraiser towards my religion. As always, thank you for listening and watching. If you're interested, shoot me an email, because it's not going to be in the comments. I don't feel like advertising this right now, but if you're interested in breaking the spell of some type of an entity or something that has a grasp over you, first you would have to, of course, register a certain kind of way with this new movement that I'm doing, and then after that I can offer you a ritual just from you being registered. You know, you pay a monthly registration fee and you get rituals and all that stuff. That's how it's going to be. For people that aren't necessarily trying to be in a religion, but they want to support it, I'm going to set up like a registration mix, in addition to the betting and stuff like that we got going on. Because the bets right now are really just taking place on the top. Like I'm betting companies and stuff like that. So like not really getting so many small bets, and that's fine, you know. I'm a person that, like, I have to do this stuff because my name is tied up in this shit, man. Like, I've been tied up in this stuff because of family ties, and I've talked about that on other episodes. So that's that. I'll be coming back up with more as usual. Stay vigilant on this next hand. Every hand, man. Today I'm on a marathon, so this next game I'll be betting on another game, and I'll be coming up, if I lose or win, I'll be coming up with information. And the reason I'm coming up with this one, I want to kind of point this out. They said that people feel like I lost because I said I was with the Cubs. I didn't lose anything. The point structure doesn't really matter, because if 1 point shows up, to me it shows up as a visa to that other team, because that other team, I owe them money for something else anyway. So it's like I didn't lose any money because I owed the Giants for something. I could have easily basically claimed the Giants as well as I claimed the Cubs, but financially I make smart decisions. And I know that the best team for me to win, to make the most money, would have been the Cubs. So that's why I betted on them like that. But I didn't lose much either way. So thank you for listening and watching. Namaste.